Hi, this is Greg Johnson with Blue Book Services. I'm here today joined by co-founders of Fruit World, CJ Buxman and Bianca Caprelian. This is a anniversary year for this company. It's the 5th anniversary that happened in April, and we're doing a story to celebrate this milestone and look beyond to what's coming on the horizon. I wonder if you two might briefly tell us how this whole thing started and what you've learned 5 years later.
Yeah, thank you, Greg. Thanks for having us. We are super excited to be celebrating Fruit World's 5th anniversary. Time flies when you're having fun and maybe stressed out a little bit. CJ and I started the company 5 years ago, a little over 5 years ago, and we had this, what now feels like small vision to ensure that our family farms continued into future generations. And pretty quickly, actually, we realized that we had a lot of people that supported us, a lot of customers, growers, Fruit World cheerleaders that really supported our vision. And in the last 5 years, we've been able to expand it and include many more growers and other growers into the Fruit World family. So we've been able to expand our vision from just supporting our farms to supporting other family farms. And that has been pretty exciting. And I don't know that if you asked us 5 years ago that this is where we'd be, I don't think I would come up with it. Do you think that's what you would say, CJ?
Oh, no. I mean, when we started out, remember, Bianca, we were just me and you on our cell phones talking 35 times, 45 times a day, just touching every single process, every single order, driving around, hauling materials to packing sites. I mean, it's been what seems like a long journey, but man, what a fun one. I mean, it's been a really fun one. And I think what stands out to me the most is the people along the way, the growers that we still work with, the customers that I still get to say, hey, you were customer number 1 or number 2. And again, I want to say thank you on behalf of Fruit World for just being there when no one else was at the very, very beginning. And those are the things that I think mean most to us as a company.
Yeah, to CJ's point, what he just said is we have our first customer is still a great customer of ours. Our first outside grower is still a great grower and partner of ours. And so we feel pretty darn proud of that. And I would echo the thanks. And one other just kind of funny little thing I want to say is when we first started, we were talking to each other, like CJ said, a gazillion times a day. We also took orders we had these like order notepads that we bought from Home Depot before we had any kind of computer system. And we like to share every once in a while. We still have some of these notepads and we show the staff every once in a while. And it's hilarious. People are like, I cannot believe that that's how you used to take orders.
It's always fun to look back and see how it started and where you came from. That leads us to where you're going. And I know this is a big year for new things. And speaking of some of those customers in our audience, first I want to ask you about the new plans for brand refresh.
Yes, so we have started our brand refresh. When we first started Fruit World, one of the big things that really stood out to us was there's a lot of room to create some new packaging, like get really creative and stand out. And so when we started, we took our designer into a produce warehouse and we said, okay, look at all these boxes in them. There's some great labels out here. There's a lot of trusted labels. As the new person though, how do we stand out? And she really created a brand for Fruit World that we feel stands out: bright colors, bold, fresh, and really kind of showed that we were the new people on the block. And so we want to make sure that we are continually staying ahead. We've seen that some of our competitors is very flattering. They're starting to also start utilizing more bright and bold colors and starting to push packaging a little kind of further into the kind of looking more like grocery in a way. And so we want to make sure that we're staying on the forefront. So we're doing a brand refresh on the organic line. We did a brand refresh on the conventional line last year. So starting with the upcoming citrus season in September, October, we'll have a refreshed organic line that we feel is just going to keep pushing the envelope on produce packaging.
Well, after 5 years, you're certainly no longer the new kids. So as it comes to on the product side, I know you have some plans for expanded organic acreage and some new varieties. CJ, what should our audience know about the plans for that?
Yeah, so we really have a heart to come alongside growers, especially family growers, and help them if they're a good fit. And we have, we want to make sure it's a good fit for everybody. And if it is, to help them transition their conventional ranches into organic ranches. And that's a whole process that we come alongside them and help them step by step to get there. And so we're looking at bringing in some more conventional ground into organic status. And then when it comes to new varieties, that's always a really exciting thing to look at. And I would say Bianca and I really have a heart for, honestly, when we think back to our childhood, I have one story about being in my dad's packing house, looking at some white peaches that got packed and knowing that the load of grapes was coming into the packing house, not because I saw it, but because the whole packing house was filled with this fragrance that was just amazing. And there are other stories like that on the old style peaches. And old style stone fruit, some of these older varieties that have been forgotten for, maybe not long enough shelf life, or not enough color, or not enough this or not enough that, and really taking a hard look at what might be a fit to planting some of these varieties that bring back that really experiential eating experience. And this is not we're not talking about 20% of the marketplace. We're really talking about really communicating our love for what we do, love for farming, love for the soil, and love for produce to the end customer, so that when they take a bite of that grape and it hits their nose and they put it with a piece of cheese and they're just, wow, that's, those are the types of experiences that Bianca and I had growing up, that we're really passionate about moving forward when we're looking at new varieties. And it's something that, it's just super exciting for us.
Well, I know you're also excited about new certification with EFI. What will that mean to your overall operation? How will that change it and reflect the progress of your company?
Yeah, so EFI is a wonderful certification. Excuse me. And it's, we love it because it really aligns with our core values. It's not something that we're reaching for or really striving for. We really have the heart, and 90% of it we're already doing. It's just the certification process to become certified. EFI is so amazing because typically in the produce industry, there's such a wall between the frontline workers to management to freight to across the board. And what EFI does is it brings every piece of the food chain into the same room, and we just openly talk about the strengths, the weaknesses of the system, where we can improve. And we're excited about it too, because not only is it just a great certification that aligns with us, but it also is a wonderful platform. It's just good business. It's a wonderful platform to talk about how we all can become better, and talk about some of the struggles, and come to solutions that are not one-sided, but really solutions that fit everybody.
All right, well, I appreciate you taking the time today and talking with us and talking with our audience, and congratulations on your anniversary. And we look forward to working with you for many years to come. Enjoy the rest of the season, Bianca and CJ.
Thanks, Greg.
Thanks, Greg.